we still had Mena in the chat. I'm surprised I didn't get a reaction from you. So that you knew, or you figured it was gonna happen?
I'm gonna be real with you, Kiko. Be real with you. Well, yes, but no. Kiko, if I had $1 for every time that probably has happened to you, I'd probably at least have $5. I could get myself a $5 footlong.
Actually, you'd have more than $5 to get yourself a footlong and the meal.
I know, Kiko. I fucking know. And I'm pretty sure that's just the ones that you fucking know about.
Hey, man.
I could at least buy myself, you know, a cheap-ass office chair.
Actually, medium quality. What the? Medium quality office chair.
You're not helping your fucking case.
Hey, look, man. Don't down yourself for, like, cheap-ass materials. I want you to get, like, the decent quality in life.
Nigga. You're saying that the amount of times that this has happened to you, I could get that fucking medium quality one. I was saying, like, okay, you know, I'm gonna lowball this in, like, the fucking 50s, and now you're telling me that I can spend about $150.
Give or take.
Kiko, I'm concerned about you.
Look, man, I was young, dumb, and very heartbroken at one point.
What has changed?
The
He's
fact
older
that
I was gonna say the heartbroken part.
I was gonna say the well, I mean, yeah, that too. But I was gonna say the fact that now I can actually. No, you know what? Yeah, it's just the heartbroken part. It's like I get into relationships and don't kind of care unless, you know, it's someone really close to me, so yeah, then that's a different story. Right. Time to get Javier into the casino. Go spin your stop, boy.
Look, Kiko. Do you have an actual number of times that this happened to you?
Like when someone actually went ahead and said, "Hey,
you might have knocked me up."
Actual number of someone telling me that face to face is about 8. Indirectly, I would say about 20. And for those that I don't know, it might still be in the double digits to triple digits. Who knows? Maybe repeats.
Alright, so what I'm hearing is that I can at the very least eat like a very wealthy janitor.
Yes.
Alright, so are you gonna pay me? Who's gonna pay me?
For all the times that I've done the shenanigans.
Oh, if we're just like how many times you've done the shenanigans, Kiko, I will be a fucking millionaire.
For both shenanigans and and the hey, you might have knocked me up.
Now, if we put those two numbers together, I'm gonna be chilling with Bill Gates and Oprah.
Well, you might be a little bit higher than Bill Gates. Then again,
I doubt
maybe
that.
not.
I fucking. In fact, I don't think I'll even be on that level. Hey, look, it's Daniel. You know what? I'm riding with
Danny.
Daniel.
How dare you leave me? I am your son. Come back. Oh, sorry. Come
I'm not
back
the first
here.
child to do that. There we go.
Oh.
Moving on. The man who I just popped in the head is my first co-host, aka Kiko.
Hello, guys, and thank God I didn't go with R. Kelly today.
My getaway driver here is Daniel.
So
And then the man who's over there weaving it up in DBZ, unless he's finished up, is Ricky.
Weaving it up? Hold the fuck up now. Okay,
Hush,
Ricky,
you
please
edgy
accept it.
motherfucker.
I've always been edgy, you know that. He's an edgelord.
Ricky. You use the term doggos. Everyone said that your spirit animal was a fluffy animal. Actually, you know what? Hang on, we haven't asked this with this group of people, or at least with Kiko here now. Kiko, what is Ricky's spirit animal?
I feel like he can be a bunny.
You know, this is still within line of fucking what everyone else has said up to this point. And Daniel, what is Daniel's spirit animal?
And what's Daniel's spirit animal?
Yes.
I really want to go ahead and say polar bear.
Polar bear.
Yes.
I'm a big white bear.
I can see the white. Why a bear?
Why the bear?
Yes.
Well, you see, from what I've read was, you know, polar bears are very, you know,
Fond of Coke.
yes. And if you know, Coke were Dr. Pepper, that'd be it.
So basically, Kiko, you said I'm a polar bear because I'm a Coke addict. Okay. Makes so much sense. Oh god. Wow. It popped you out at the worst time. Sorry, I did not do that.
Anyways, Kiko, what's your actual fucking reason? What do you know about polar bears and why?
They never stand down from a fight. They are a lot worse than their grizzly and brown bear counterpart. And
Why they gotta be brown, huh?
hey man, I'm just saying as I sees it. Fuck!
The expression is calls it as it sees it, but continue.
You know, that fun shenanigans stuff.
Alright. What is your spirit animal and why is it a sexy wolf?
You know, you got the wolf part. Sexy, not so much.
Hey,
I'm
you're
glad
right.
we're all in agreement about that.
Wolf in a fursuit.
Hey man.
And I do mean a wolf wearing a fursuit of a wolf.
Wait, so
I honestly
so
think
furry
he's more of a
wolf?
wolf in sheep's clothing. He likes to
Is it
pretend
more than
he's
a warning?
soft. He likes to pretend
What you need,
he's
boss?
soft.
Some wheels?
He's
I
furry,
can bring 'em round.
he's cuddly, but he's actually pretty deadly.
interesting.
Very interesting analysis. Alright, Kiko. What is my spirit animal?
Oh boy.
Drop! Damn.
That actually works.
I'll bring it to you. I'll get
I'm
back
very
to
happy
it then.
about that.
I would say you're you know, you can be like a little weasel, fox.
A weasel? Of all the creatures to use, a
Hey, man.
weasel.
I'm just going based off of Hobby's intelligence, and weasels tend to be sneaky little things.
I was gonna say, I feel like Kiko was gonna go along the... I thought he was gonna go snake, cause snake in the grass. But this is along the same veins.
Are you, though, a traitor? Because I feel like that would fall more into you being a snake if you were a traitor. But you're not a traitor, though.
You know, Danny
Okay,
does
so I guess
bring up
it's,
a good point.
It's story time. Let me tell you of how I punched the fuck out of a party member.
Huh.
For those of you who didn't catch the D&D stream. So, as we were talking about before the podcast, I'm trying to raise 80,000 gold so I can get a sword that it will be a weapon of mass destruction. And there was this bitch who's like, hey, I want this cursed dagger that you guys have. I'll give you like 5,000 gold for it. Make it 80,000. Deal. Oh. And so the person who actually owned the dagger, Gwen, is like, Javi, no. And I'm like, Gwen, hang on. Can we have 100,000? Sure. Gwen, we can buy you a new magic dagger with whatever's left over. You can have my farm and you can have my gun. Why did I pop out?
I don't know why you popped out. It's weird.
Hand on my shoulder? No. You bitch! Why? You have so much money. Okay, fine, I respect your decision. This bitch fucking attacks the person, tries to make an enemy. Person TPs away. And so I punched the party member, and I took the dagger for a bit. Considered selling it.
Huh.
Knocked that bitch the fuck out. So, yeah, listen, when it's convenient, I will absolutely betray people. Well, once I get those fucking dollar bill signs in my eyes, all bets are off.
Oh, so you're like a Mr. Krabs.
Wait, Javi has crabs?
Oh, shit. I found out. Anyway, speaking of dollar signs for eyes, let's talk about Netflix.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, you like that? You like it? You like that? Yeah. So, Netflix is run by pedophiles.
Those motherfuckers.
Because apparently everything is nowadays.
I mean, not rough. You know, I feel like we knew this back in 2016, but no one believed it. Anyways, that aside. Okay, so Netflix has released a trailer for their new show. It's a show, right? Don't quote me on that. Someone fact check that. It's a show called Cuties, and it's about an 11-year-old girl who decides to explore her sexuality by joining a twerk team full of other 11-years. Yeah.
Like dance, like beatbox dance off team, fucking twerking, really?
Specifically twerking.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'd like to remind you all that, if I remember right, his name is oh my fucking god, is that Len? Wait, was Jimmy? I thought you were looking for Simon. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Austin Jones, motherfucker, was a content creator who has been arrested on, pedophilia. Now, what he would have is, he would have underage girls send him videos of them twerking, and his defense was, oh, it's, just a dance. Now, you can imagine how well that defense held up in court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jump out.
Oh,
What?
shit. You don't even have to get out of the car. Anyways. So, I feel like Netflix is gonna use the same defense of, twerking is just a dance. No. Bullshit.
Oh, it was for artistic purposes. We're trying to make entertainment for people.
Yeah, a certain breed of people. Is that also why they released a fucking documentary called I, Pedophile?
What the
Try to normalize it.
Really?
Now, yeah. So they released a documentary called I, Pedophile that was meant to explore, quote-unquote, explore the mental illness. I'd also like to point out that some lady has done a TED Talk on pedophiles as well, and trying to explain that they're not monsters. Incorrect. Absolutely incorrect. I will not have this propaganda pushed onto me.
No. It's fucking insane, though, isn't it? That it seems like every day there seems to be more and more people trying to defend the case of pedophilia. That you can have sex with someone who's young because as long as they give consent, it's not a crime, right? No,
they're legally not able to give consent.
Yeah.
Also, hold up. You know, this started off when the fucking maps tried to make themselves as sexuality and pull themselves into the LGBT community. That's when this started. That's when they tried to normalize it. They've been pushing that for ever since.
I mean, I think
Also,
it's pretty safe to say that every single one of us is against pedophilia. I mean,
absolutely.
100%.
I do not care how people feel, how people try to defend it. They try to make a case for it. It is wrong. It is immorally wrong. It is morally wrong. It is legally wrong. Some people will say that, well, it's part of our religion because the priests do it all the time. It's like, well, no, it doesn't mean to make it right.
What? Who makes that? That's a very strange argument. Like, I know it's something rampant with priests.
Well, you know,
but,
the Catholic Church deals with this issue all the time.
I also saw a very weird thing of circumcision. That's something that happens to you even if you're not Jewish at this point. I feel like a lot of people are a lot of dudes are circumcised as babies. But I don't quote me on this, but I saw something where it's like, in the Jewish community, the rabbi will suck on the penis after it's been circumcised to clean it.
What?
Wait. Oh, what?
Now,
you know what? I'm usually a fact checker on this, but you know what? I'm not gonna fact check this one.
There's no way to, I want to fact check it.
But I don't want the FBI to come knocking on my door.
Exactly.
And ask me about this.
Exactly. See, now I'm a man who I feel like I've always been the ultimate devil's advocate. I always try to see things from the other perspective.
Mm-hmm.
As a man who on the regular will advocate for, murder and thievery and things like that, especially in moral quandaries, you know that it's really bad when I can't even argue in favor of pedophilia. Like, there's nothing that you can say.
Well, there's nothing wrong about not wanting to defend pedophilia because it's goddamn wrong. I mean, do we even need to spell it out for you people? Pedophilia is WOORNG wrong. And yes, by the way, that was intentional.
I was gonna say, have you had too many to drink, my dude?
Dude, I have 2 pints of Smirnoff, so, probably. But the point is, pedophilia is just goddamn gross. It's goddamn sick. It's goddamn wrong. Why people try to defend it and make it even legal in certain parts of the world, I don't care if this is the bridge I die on. I'm not going to change my stance. Pedophilia is one of the worst things you could do in this world. Second to abuse of any kind.
Sorry,
sorry.
Kiko, I can't abuse you anymore.
Oh, you
Hey,
can
look,
abuse
man,
Kiko. He loves it, alright?
Yeah.
As long as it's between
don't
consensual...
kink shame me.
Kiko, we kink shame you every single time, and yet you don't have a problem with it.
Kiko, I don't consent to fulfilling your kink. Actually, hold up. Speaking of fulfilling someone's kink without even knowing it, do you guys know about the Wonder Bread guy?
The Wonder Bread guy?
The Wonder Bread guy.
I may have heard the story somewhere, but
Now this one. this is rather. I've never heard of this before until like last week. But I'm gonna summarize. I'm gonna, yeah, to the best of my ability. The Wonder Bread guy is a man that he went around and he commissioned a bunch of artists to have fairly well-off, like rich women, just buying Wonder Bread at the store.
Okay.
And that's his sexual fetish. Now, you know, it gets kind of weird sometimes, because it goes beyond that. You know, that there's some times where he's like, yes, and now I want them cutting down the tree and saying that, you know, they want it burned, all in the name of Wonder Bread.
Huh.
I want
deforestation.
This is what I get off on.
So let me get this straight. This guy gets off on women. Art pictures of women doing acts while praising the name of Wonder Bread.
Yeah, usually just buying it, usually well dressed as well.
Hey, that's not kink shaming.
That
That's
sounds like a
fucking
cult.
advertising. That sounds like marketing advertising geniuses right there. Hey,
Now,
get the name of
okay.
Wonder Bread out there, damn it.
Okay, so here's the bit. So, as a man who has commissioned many artists in my time, definitely have not spent as much as this dude, because this man has spent thousands of dollars to fucking get, you know, a bunch of art pieces of Wonder Bread.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call it? He's also, you know, deforestation is a part of it, I think. Like, he wants things deforested so that he can have something called Sandwich Land created.
Good.
With the deforestation roller coaster.
What?
I mean, okay, this guy's a little bit of a batshit nutcase.
Look, man, that's
Like, no. hang on. It goes beyond a kink for him. This man, you know, he talked a lot about capitalism, consumerism, slavery, and why these are good things.
Okay. Well, see, you failed. Well, you're probably getting there. It's probably my dumbass just jumping the bridge here.
Yeah, Blue Tsunami. Blue Tsunami. You know about this dude? Murlogic 1. That's the name of the Wonder Bread dude.
Wait, Blue Tsunami. Oh, it's Jasmine.
Oh, Jasmine. Hey. Oh, Blue Jasmine. Did you look this up? I'm sorry that you have to see the Wonder Bread. It's very fucking strange. Like, from what I understand, this dude has had multiple, he's always gone by the same moniker. It's always the same Wonder Bread dude, although there was, like, a copycat at some point. But there were, oh god, you're part of Tumblr. Oh, she lived it.
oh dear God.
I'm so sorry, Jasmine.
She has. She does have a Tumblr account, which she sends posts to me on a regular basis.
Oh
And
my.
my God,
so- okay, so she-
it is both horrifying and wonderful at the same time. Mostly
You know
horrifying.
what? This brings up a good question. Jasmine, how's Tumblr been since they took out the porn?
What? Tumblr took out the porn?
Where the fuck have you been?
I've been stuck
Honestly,
in
Kiko, I thought you would have known by now.
Yeah, I
thought you would have been the one to bring the shit up.
I was in on the ground floor and talking about it when it happened.
She says
Really?
it still
It's
gets
still-
around.
Hey, as long as it still gets around.
Oh, thank God the porn's saved.
And not
yeah, of
exactly.
course.
It's like from, so... Really? Because I know there are a bunch of artists that used to follow on there. They jumped ship from Tumblr because all their shit got fucking flagged. Some of them lost their accounts. Most of them moved to Twitter. Some went back to Newgrounds. It was just... It was a great migration for a bit. But good to know that there's still some people thriving.
I will say this right now. If this guy was just the kind of person to, like, he just got off on, like, women doing these actions and by Wonder Bread, but
What you
no
need,
one
boss?
was getting
Some
hurt.
wheels? I can bring them
No one was
around.
being harmed by this. And I would have been okay.
I'll
with
bring it
that.
by.
It's like, it's weird, but
I
as long
mean,
as someone's not being harmed by it. But then if you mentioned about the whole capitalism and slavery is okay, then that's where it's like, it's okay. You know,
I mean, okay, hang on. See, this is where the devil's advocate comes in. Now, I'm not saying that his thought process is okay, but I'm also saying that, you know, this is just a dude. He's not hurting anyone. Although, for some reason, this man has thousands of dollars at his disposal to have Wonder Bread art created.
I mean,
Like, I've heard that this man is a doctor in Vietnam. Which that's odd.
I mean, as far as I know, look, you can do whatever the hell you want with your money. You can do it however you want. You can spend it however you want. And this guy's making very good advertising somehow for Wonder Bread because we're talking about it on a stream.
And just like that, he's gonna commission Javi to.
And just like that, we're gonna get a sponsor deal by Wonder Bread. As long as we talk about the Wonder Bread.
What do you call it? Wonder Bread dude. Hey, Merlogic 1. Deforestation makes me wet. Now, listen, Merlogic 1. If you want to commission me, I will draw Wonder Bread for you. I will draw a wife who's buying Wonder Bread.
You'll
Send
also
money.
make it for Kiko too, because I'm sure he would want those for research purposes.
Yes.
you want
Absolutely.
you want me to draw about
Oh, fuck you, you
deforestation?
pig.
I will sell my morals. Do I believe in it? No, but I will draw it. So that's actually what I wanted to bring up. So a lot of people had a problem with it, or rather some, other than his troublesome ideals. People had an issue with the fact that they were basically creating art to fulfill someone's kink/fetish without being informed of it. Because sometimes whenever it's like not suitable for work art or specifically erotic art, sometimes it's a different price for it, or some artists refuse to do that in general. Speaking as a man who is, I will say I've spent hundreds on commissions, but you know that's neither here nor there. I've seen, you know, your average commission sheet, and they will tell you what they will do, and they'll tell you what they won't do. And most artists are okay with that, but there are some who, you know, they don't want to create anything not suitable for work. And technically, you know, just the act of someone buying Wonder Bread at the store, that's suitable for work. But I feel like, you know, the artist should know, like, yeah, I'm creating a piece of
content.
Well, I'm creating a piece of fetish art that it's not a fetish that you might understand. I mean, I don't fucking get it.
It's a wonder. Sorry.
I'm sorry. We're ending the pod. I'm going home.
I had a joke, and I just kind of gave up on it because I realized, oh god, this joke is stupid. I'm just gonna stop right here.
God. Anyways. I don't know. I feel like that level of communication, because I mean, for most artists, like, yeah, whatever you want, so long as it's within, you know, my rules, I'll draw it. But I don't know, if it's for like purposes of eroticism, I feel like, you know,
I think the bigger issue is this going to create a negative public image for Wonder Bread if this gets popular and it gets spread around enough? Like,
I hope it gets popular and I hope it gets spread around enough, because I want more people to know about the wonder of the Wonder Bread guy. But I don't think it's the issue of Wonder Bread having a bad image after this. If anything, I feel like the artists themselves, who, you know, maybe they're a newbie to the community, they don't know about the Wonder Bread dude, and, well, a man's obviously got some kind of legacy. I feel like if they got hit by that, they might get some negative flack. If they're like, "Oh, what's the big deal?" and people are going to come in like, "Oh, well, he believes this, and that. Are you just going to continue creating art for him? You know, you're an artist with no morals. You're a sellout."
Look, man, I'm doing it for the money.
I mean, yeah, the guy's pretty much just doing it for the money.
I mean, you're doing commissions. I feel like that's. I feel like that's explicitly doing it for the money in general.
Yeah.
The one thing I do kind of want to point out, and it's it was from what was said a little bit earlier, which was the popularity of Wonder Bread. I feel like there would be that like popularity rise and also that drawback popularity rise because you have your freaks of Tumblr, Twitter, yeah. Everybody's gonna go and buy it, or they're gonna pose with it, make hashtags out of it, and then like the downfall is just like what caused it. And once the artwork gets out and about, we have the like older people who are gonna just kind of complain and like make petitions and all that shit.
This
is what I think.
My bread, damn it!
Actually, no, hang on. I was just thinking. Considering how I'd say infamous, yeah, that the Wonder Bread dude is, I'm surprised that there hasn't been some kind of e-thought who's decided to cash in on that and is like, hey, I will take photos of myself dressed really nicely. I'll go to the store and do a photo shoot of me buying Wonder Bread.
Wait, you mean it's a wonder? That's never happened.
Jasmine, here's what I need you to do. I need you to go over to Daniel's place, take his Smirnoff. Or get him more, I'm not sure.
No, I think I'm good. I think I don't need any more.
Oh, Jasmine's like, bye, Daniel. Oh, she fucking put the clown emoji.
Oh, God.
Hey, Javi, where are we going? We're trying to get money.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see the mark. Give me a second. Well, I don't know where I'm going. You think I know what I'm doing? I'm talking about Wonder Bread.
I mean, I feel like I totally get that, but I don't know. I think this could be. It's a positive and a negative thing. If it helps the sales of Wonder Bread, this is a very unorthodox way of doing it. But in the end, you have more people buying Wonder Bread and possibly not their target audience buying the Wonder Bread now. And honestly, what would scare me is that if Wonder Bread embrace it and try to market it off of it, try to sell commercials or advertising of all this
totally.
crap, because then that is where it can go really bad, really fast.
See, okay. So the thing is, this is kind of an old thing. It's the only reason that it popped into my oh god,
How the Jesus?
Yes. Anyways, the reason that this popped into my range.
Sorry, I think Tsunami brings up a very good point. He should have chose Bimbo Bread. That's a very missed opportunity, if you ask me.
That's actually true, considering it's specifically blonde white women.
Yeah, you could have had a lot of fun.
Why is that girl?
Turn.
Oh, sorry. That girl has fucking white stuff dripping from her mouth, and I'm concerned.
Who?
I'm
No.
one of the fucking Wonder Bread pieces of art. Anyways, so the Wonder Bread guy struck again, or at least someone imitating him, potentially. With the whole Uzaki thing, he had her buying Wonder Bread. And then I delved deeper into the rabbit hole. Like the whole thing. Like there's a new Know Your Meme article on it that was uploaded, or rather updated 7 months ago. So this is kind of based on internet history, this thing's kind of fucky. old at this point. Like, I don't think it's something that's gonna get a big resurgence. It's something that I wanted to talk about because I feel like I didn't know about this. I didn't think you guys would either. I'm fucking surprised Jasmine knew about it. Good lord.
Nah, don't. Jasmine's a pretty smart girl. Like, she knows shit. She knows a lot of stuff that can scare me, but it's still very fascinating.
You want to hear well, there's a fact that there's a thing that I read on Facebook a couple of days ago about Paris, or like some place in Europe, where they went ahead and dropped the age of consent down to 14, and the reason behind it was to go ahead and, I guess, bring up more charges against men and women. I don't remember the post in its like full entirety, but supposedly there was like a lot of false claims going on over there, where younger girls went ahead and were like, oh yeah, this guy assaulted me physically, sexually, whatever. When that wasn't the case. It was just more like the guys would go ahead and attempt, and then once the girl said no, it was just like, okay, we'll back off. And then the girls were just like, you know what, I'm calling this fucking sexual assault. And yeah, like those cases were rising up by the numbers versus like actual physical and sexual assaults that do occur.
So basically,
okay, wait. How does that fix that?
I don't know, but apparently, from what I'm understanding, Kiko, the reason they wanted to bring down the age of consent is to reduce the amount of false accusations from younger people or older people. And let's just bring it down. Yeah, like let's just bring it down to 14, 15. That means it's like you guys can fuck at a younger age and you don't have to worry about the false accusations. Is that right?
That's pretty much like from what I read on the article. Like I said, I didn't read the entire thing, but what they were trying to go for was just like, hey, yeah, we're gonna try to catch like more people on actual cases versus like false claim cases.
Do you have the article? Because it's an issue that's been going on for a while. I know that since 2000 and even 16, 17, 2018, they've been wanting to bring down the age of consent to 14 in Europe.
Angry. Fucking Europeans.
So it doesn't seem very unlikely, Kiko, that this is a thing, because it has been going on for a while. That a lot of European countries want to bring it down to 14, 15 because
Kiko,
of this shit.
Find the article, send it to Daniel so Daniel can skim through it. I'm gonna give my thoughts real quick. So,
right.
Or rather, the rundown. So, there's dudes, right? Yeah, dudes. They want to fuck younger girls. The younger girls, who they're hitting on and attempting to touch inappropriately, are like, nah, fuck off. And so they fuck off. But they're like, that dude still tried to touch me. I'm gonna call the police. Which, that seems like the appropriate thing to do because there's a dude who wants to touch an underage girl.
Mm-hmm.
That just because, this doesn't correlate. This doesn't what? Stop trying to touch underage girls.
Yeah.
I could understand it. Because there's been cases where, An underage girl will accuse, an overage man of inappropriate things without the man having done anything at all.
Right.
And usually it's, what do you call it? Because blackmail failed, or they're trying to get something, or they just don't like the dude. Because there are, girls and men who are vindictive like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that normally women have that ability, and usually, I'm gonna be
Men
real,
are-
guys can't really pull that card.
It's a lot of. I don't want to be callous, but it is a lot harder for a guy to be claimed the victim, and it's even harder, for the public to believe it, because it's that mentality of, oh, you're just a fucking sex crazed maniac because you're a guy. You got all those hormones inside your raging body. Meanwhile, the girls are always looked at as innocents, like, oh, they can't do anything wrong. They've done nothing wrong.
Yeah,
But
it's
wrong because it's for both cases, men and women
it's a
can both be
fucking,
complete assholes.
like, it hurts both sides.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's definitely not one gender exclusive.
that why are you trying to touch underage girls?
Because apparently some guys just can't keep it in their pants.
God damn it, Paris.
You know what? I think I know why. It's because of that fucking bitch, Pepe Le Pew. Because of that goddamn skunk who's always trying to fuck all that pussy. That French skunk bastard.
Just remember, it's okay if her eyes turn into hearts like it did that one time.
Yeah, in that case, it's okay until the fact that he's like, oh no, I think this is wrong. No, I'm sorry, my darling. We cannot do this. It's forbidden. And she's like, no, fuck it. You fucking made me do this. And he's like, no, get away from me, whore. Get away from me. It's all fun and games until the abuser becomes abused. And then it's fucking hilarious.
See, at that point, he, when she switched it on him, he's like, oh no, I didn't think I would actually get this far. I was just teasing.
She used the reverse Uno card. That's what happened.
Yep.
Anyway,
By the way,
I think the point is, don't fuck
don't touch
underage
underage girls.
or boys. Don't fuck anyone who's underage. Like, it's just, even if it's legal to do it, it
Don't
just
do
still
it.
feels wrong.
Like,
It feels gross. It feels wrong. It feels, to me, it just feels nasty.
See, here's the thing. People are like, oh, in Japan, the age of consent is 14. And, well, yes, but no, actually.
It has to be within that age group, I think.
Like, even then, what do you call it? Like, Japan's morals are very strict.
Yes.
Especially, like, for students, where, a lot of times, that, what is it? Intergender? Relationship is not allowed and is very much frowned upon. And usually, especially in schools, teachers will get involved to fucking put an end to that shit. They'll call the parents and everything. Kind of ironic considering Japan, is suffering from a low birth rate. They've been doing various things to try to get that up.
It's still, according to Japan, the age of consent is as low as 13, although you can't, in some principalities, you cannot just have sex willy-nilly if you're over 18. You still have to be under 17 in order to do it. But that still doesn't stop people from trying through illegal means to do it.
So that article I was looking up, I took a look at the year it was published. It was published in 2018, and my dumbass thought it was recent.
I mean, to be fair, Kiko, you're not wrong, because it's still an ongoing issue in 2020. It's just, it's probably got even further back, like earlier than 2018. It's probably when they reported on it, they actually brought light to it in 2018. But if you look at the results on Google, you'll still find articles saying that it's still a debate going on today in 2020. Is it really that much of a debate?
Apparently.
Like, really? I know. I'm kind of.
This is when you need the Americans to come in and tell you how to fucking run your shit. Since apparently everyone else can tell us how to fucking run our country.
Yeah, it's.
Damn those French Canadians.
Those Quebecs.
Actually,
Quebecians.
hang on. Speaking of, what do you call it? Speaking of, underage touching or inappropriate touching, let me tell you guys about a story from this past week. And a ghost. So, I had a very paranormal experience that scared the shit out of me. So,
Alright, what happened?
I went to bed early one night. I had work in the morning. I was like, I'm going to bed. It's like 1 in the morning, perfect time. Went to bed, got comfortable, deep sleep. My cat is like, I'm gonna be in the kitchen, and I'm like, cool, sleep. I don't remember what I was dreaming about. What I do remember is, all of a sudden, I felt someone run their hand up my back. Now, this woke me up immediately. Because that felt way too fucking real. I sleep on my side, so, I moved onto my back, and I grabbed at whatever touched me. Nothing there. And I'm like, okay, maybe it was a dream. I'm going back to bed. I'm definitely awake right now. Fucking heart pumping, eyes darting everywhere. Look around. Breaking, stab, grab the knife. Okay, no one here. Cat, not in the room. Not him. Okay. Roll back over onto my side. Put the phone. Again, it happens. I'm like, oh! And I'm like, okay. I'm being molested. And I look around. Double check. Make sure the cat's not in the room. I get up. I check in the kitchen. That motherfucker is still asleep. And I'm like... So, I grab him. And I go back to my room. I'm like, you are my test. If you freak out or you abandon me, spirits. Oh, motherfucker man. Takes off almost immediately as soon as I put him down. I'm like, shit. And I hear whispering in both ears, and I'm like, and it stops after like a minute, and I'm like, am I gonna get touched again? I don't like this. I don't want to deal with something that I can't punch. So eventually, I'm not touched anymore, and the whispering stopped. I'm still like, anything else? Gonna move my stuff. Gonna do it. Go move the cat. And I eventually fall back to sleep, and that is my paranormal experience, my friends. I got molested by a ghost.
Huh. It's better than having some ghost child fucking run behind you every chance they get.
Well, I was gonna say, Kiko, I think this was before you and I started talking, a decent amount. I can't remember who was there exactly. I know Ricky was there for sure, but this was months ago. I had just gotten done playing Uno with Ricky, Ali, and one other person.
Was it changing?
Like, maybe. By the way, that the one that I just told you guys about, it was like 3:30 in the morning.
Oh God, the witching hour.
Yeah. When I checked the time, I was like, oh no. But anyways, so I God damn it, Jasmine. I'm over here getting molested and you're making jokes. Oh.
Can you really be sexual assaulted if you don't know who did it?
Yes.
Actually,
What? Excuse me. Would you like to rethink that statement?
I'll just go ahead and say that I was an asshole for saying that statement.
Oh my God,
I meant like,
get canceled.
I meant like, it was a ghost, and you don't know who did it. You couldn't see him. Then, as I think about it, it's like, oh God, Daniel, what the hell are you talking about? That makes it even worse.
As long as you can test the ectoplasm for, oh my God.
Oh,
Maybe it
dude.
was Slimer. Maybe
Good
that's what
Lord,
happened.
Jasmine.
God damn. Anyways, so fucking Uno night. Finish up. You know, we're still on for a bit. My son is making a fuss. He's like, Dad, let's go to bed. Meow meow, motherfucker. Come on, jump on and off of the couch. And I'm like, okay. It's like, what time is it? 4:30 in the morning. All right, well, you know, I'll see you guys later. And so how my headset works is, you guys' audio, whenever I'm hooked up to the controller, only comes out of the left side. So more often than not, I'll move the right earmuff off so I can hear the game.
I'll do that too.
This was one of those times where I had the right one off, just like, you know, to the side of the ear. And my cat, he was meowing up a fucking storm. He started chasing after something. I assumed it was a fucking bug. And then he like jumped at the air and smacked at something. And I'm like, the fuck are you doing? Ooh. And I look back at the TV screen for a second, and I hear a baby laugh. And I look back, and you know, he runs out of the fucking room. And I'm like, I don't think he can laugh like a baby.
I mean, if your cat can laugh like a baby, that's a little concerning.
I mean, which is more concerning? A ghost baby that's haunting you, or that your cat can laugh like a baby?
You know, it would have to be.
I would probably think the ghost baby, but that is something that you should be concerned about in the future.
Like, I don't know, man. I feel like I have way too many fucking ghosts hanging around me sometimes.
That's kind of similar to, I know Jasmine told me that she had an experience too. I mean, I can let her tell about it if she wanted to, but she did have a certain experience that involved her hearing something and her dog hearing something too. And I know I've had experiences working at KLAQ, because our stations, depending on who you talk to, I think it's haunted.
Time to light some sage and call the Joy Lick Club. God damn.
I mean, we got incense over here.
Luck.
So there was this.
You know, you think he comes.
I had a paranormal experience while I was at work at one point. It was the creepiest fucking shit ever.
Are we sharing ghost stories now?
Yeah, we're sharing ghost stories now. This is what we're doing. This is what I brought upon us.
Alright, well, I'll share mine after Kiko's.
So, y'all know that I work at a high school. And one of the sections that I have to clean up is a theater room. Well, not the theater room, but the theater itself. And what freaks me out about this room is, like, the theater is, it has a piano in the very far right, close to the entrance. And immediately after that, I remember just, walking down, getting ready to clean up the stage. Because, for whatever fucking reason, we had to clean up the stage. And immediately I would hear, like, a little kid running right behind me whenever I'd go down and walk to the stage. I shit you not, like, I would turn around as soon as I could. No little kid. I'm thinking to myself, okay, this little kid here is probably just, like somebody playing a prank on me. So I'm texting my boss. I'm like, hey, what are you, like, why are you pranking me? And the guy goes, I'm not pranking you. And I go, are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure I'm being pranked. And so I tell my boss, I'm like, hey, yeah, I hear some little kid running right behind me. And as soon as he tells me, he's like, oh yeah, it's probably the ghost. So I was like, oh, okay, it's a ghost. And I was like, wait, what? Oh, the ghost? What do you mean? And he goes, yeah, this school has a ghost girl, like a little kid, who haunts the fine arts section. And I'm like, oh, how fucking fun. Why didn't anybody tell me this? And, he just proceeds to say, it's kind of funny not to tell people when they first start working here until after they get their first experience. Pretty much dick move. But I was like, yeah, fuck it. I go up to clean up the stage, and I hear the same child's footsteps, except it's in front of me on the stage as I'm getting ready to mop. And I'm thinking to myself, this would be a great way to just say, I already did my work, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my next area. I shit you not, like maybe a few seconds, you would hear a little girl's laughter coming from, I'm guessing, like behind the stage. So I run to to look for where, like, the source of the laughter is coming from. And I know it's a really white person move from a horror movie, but I just had to figure out, like, it's probably these guys, like, fucking pranking me. No, that was not the case. What had happened after that just made me legit want to put on headphones, clean as fast as I could, and leave the fuck out of the theater. So, y'all know that I mentioned the piano early on. That motherfucking instrument started playing by itself. And I'm staring straight at it as this entire thing is going on. I nearly damn pissed myself, grabbed my stuff, and just took off from the fucking theater. And my boss would go ahead and say, like, hey, why didn't you finish up the theater? And I was like, dude, I'm not going back in there. This shit fucking scared me. And the guy goes, fair enough. If you do go back in there, and if you want help, just let me know, and I'll come in and help you out. Maybe hold your hand, since you're, scared of ghosts. And,
Both your ass is gonna get fucking thrown around by a poltergeist.
And yeah, that was my intense, experience while at work. I have another one too, but that was the main one that, like, freaked me out the most.
See, I have two that stick with me the most, but they're really short, so I'll just go ahead. I'll make them very brief. One of them occurred not even like 2 months when I started working for KLAQ. I was in one of the production rooms, and if you go inside the building, Jasmine's been there, so she knows how the rooms are. There's a lot of carpet, there's a lot of padding, because it's a production room. You need to have that shit when you're recording, so it can absorb a lot of the sound that's inside and cancel out the sound that's, like, outside the door.
Yeah.
So when you're in there, you can still be heard, but you have to be either really loud or you're right outside the door where there's just a little bit of glass that you can kind of poke to see if anyone's in there. Now, keep in mind, when I started working for KLAQ, I had to do the fucking graveyard shift, and I still do on occasion. But this was when I was really having to work midnight to 4 a.m. So, you know, like you said earlier, 3 a.m., prime witching hour. So, I'm in the room, I'm recording something, and I just hear a woman scream, like, outside the door. And that fucking freaked me out. I'm like, okay, who the fuck was that? There shouldn't be anyone here, and if there is someone here, then someone must be in danger. I peeked outside, I checked down the studios, there's no one there. I look on the other side of the building, no one there. I go outside, I have a knife. Protection, that's my fucking protection. I go outside and make sure that there's no one, like, outside, there's, like, no one screaming in pain. Because if it actually was somebody, then I would have to call 911, because if someone was screaming outside, you know, that might be bad. And that might require some attention. So, I go outside, no one there. But I swear, I heard a woman scream like, ah! And it freaked me the fuck out. As soon as, Mike from Kiss FM, as soon as he got there, I told him about what happened. He was like, ah, so you were at the ghost, have you? He said there's been a couple times where people would either hear something or they'll see the orbs flying around the building or on the security cams. That was my first experience. My second experience was about a year ago. I was watching Monsters Inc. and for some reason it was the scene where Randall strapped Mike Wazowski to the chair and he told him, I'm about to revolutionize the scaring industry, and when I do, even the great James P. Sullivan will be working for me. And as soon as that line was fucking uttered, I heard behind me, oh really?
Oh shit.
I fucking turn around, there's no one there. I fucking said, he's not talking to you, asshole. I legit said that shit. Like, he wasn't talking to you, asshole. Now, this was not during the graveyard shift. This was in the evening. I almost expected somebody to be there. But, you know, after 20 seconds of that, I'm like, you know what? Let me make sure there was no one there. I looked and searched every single room. Again, there's no one there. And I was concerned because this was during the evening when I know that there occasionally will be someone there. Maybe it's the cleaning crew, maybe someone needs to like work on a commercial late at night, or maybe it's our engineer. Because at the evening shift, there's usually one person there, so he'll come and work on something or check to make sure that our computers are working. But there's no one there. So I want to know who the fuck was the one who said, oh really? Because it wasn't in any of the fucking rooms playing the music or our sports station. I know it wasn't, because it wasn't that loud. Like, when you go in there, it was not that loud that you could hear it.
Oh shit.
And it certainly wasn't any song that we were playing on the air. Because if it was a song that said, oh really? Either someone planned that shit and they knew I was gonna watch Monsters Inc., or there's a song in there that has that word and I have no fucking idea that song is even in our library. And I don't believe either one. But anyway, those are the two stories that I got. So if you want to fucking scare the shit out of me, just scream like a woman at 3 o'clock in the morning while I'm working.
Oh, before we continue on, I would like to tell my second story. It also consisted of me being at work. It's very quick. It's very brief. So everybody knows about the shadow figures, right?
Yep.
All right. So at my work, one of my areas I tend to clean is an ROTC room, and I usually wait until everybody's out, and I would have to lock all doors, just to make sure the students wouldn't come in and try to do some shenanigans or whatever. So what I'm doing, what I ended up doing was, I went ahead and just started cleaning up the restrooms. I'm mopping up, and afterwards I was like, you know what, I might as well clean up the hallway because I already cleaned up everything else.
Wait, did you say clean up the lolly?
Hallways.
Oh wait, hallways. Okay.
Sorry.
Want to make sure you weren't cleaning up the lollies.
Hey, man.
I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure.
You're good. You're good. So, there I am, just like getting ready to finish up mopping the hallways. And what's interesting about this ROTC building is there's 3 big rooms, and then there's like smaller connecting rooms. So 2 of the rooms they use for classrooms, and the third one, or the main area where my closet's at, they have 3 other rooms where they have their uniforms, they have their practice deals and all that shit. Anyways, and the hallway that connects all of them has both bathrooms towards the left. So I have both bathroom doors open. I'm getting ready to finish mopping up, and what catches my eye and puts me in a state of fear is I saw a tall humanoid-esque figure, shadow figure, just standing there as I'm mopping, and without blinking or just like freaking out, I went ahead, quickly turned my head just to see there was nobody there. So there I am, just kind of freaked out. I'm shook. I have the chills, and I finished up the ROTC. Later on within the day, there was a basketball game going on, and it had just finished. And my other area is like a gym. So I'm the only one in the gym. I have the doors locked. I have them like locked in, closed, so nobody can go in. I noticed from a distance there's like maybe 2 or 3 students just kind of watching me like clean up the small gym. I'm like, oh, okay, they're watching me, whatever. But what caught my eye was behind one of the students, the tall humanoid figure was standing behind one. And there I am, just staring at this grotesque looking figure until I realized, oh shit, I don't want these students to think like the janitor's staring at them creepily, get myself in trouble. So I went ahead, turned away very quickly to start cleaning up the floors. And then I turned back, and I don't see the figure. But the thing that really set this off, where you can tell this was like an actual shadow figure versus an actual.
You're through to your garage. You need me to bring you a ride?
There was maybe about 2 people who walked right through it, and it didn't phase it at all. So I had freaked out, and to this day,
it's coming at you. I'll get back to it then.
The ROTC or the gym, I just put on my music, I think happy thoughts, and I try talking to someone, just so that way I'm not so lonely.
And you're not going crazy.
Exactly.
Or you don't feel like you're going crazy. Now let me ask you this. Was the shadow figure there before you started cleaning the ROTC room? Or did he only show up after you did it?
Let's see. The shadow figure was there when I was getting ready to finish up with ROTC, and then it appeared
Okay.
when I had just started with the gym.
See, I think I know exactly what it was, Kiko. I'm pretty sure it was a drill instructor who was watching you clean, and you probably missed a spot, and he was trying to tell you, Private Paul, you missed a goddamn spot! Get over here, or I'm gonna have your ass, you pansy-ass asshole motherfucker!
You know, I
He just
wouldn't
couldn't
doubt
say it. He couldn't say it because he was a spirit, and every time he would, it would just come off as, what the fuck is that? I don't fucking hear it. He was trying to curse you out. So I'm pretty sure that shadow figure was just someone from ROTC who was just mad at you because you didn't do a good job cleaning. Just like, he wanted you to clean up or give him 10 push-ups.
You know, I wouldn't fucking doubt that at all.
I'm just saying, you know, I don't know what it was, but until otherwise, I'm thinking it was probably someone just trying to tell you, clean up, Kiko. Do a better job. Don't be distracted by people.
You know, probably.
You know, Daniel, in your first story, you mentioned balls of light, right? That could be a potential thing that you could see.
Yes.
At Kayla. Yeah. So last week, again, you know, I have a real bad issue with waking up in the middle of the night sometimes. That's what gets me in trouble.
Dude, sometimes I do that too.
I woke up and I'm like, fuck, is it time to wake up for work? Do I only have like 2 hours left to sleep? I check the clock. It's like, it's 4 in the morning, bro. You got 5 hours. And I'm like, hell yeah. And then I realized, I'm like, wait, I thought my phone screen, like, you know, shone brighter than this. Like, normally it goes, like, since it's completely dark in the room, pitch black, it'll go all the way up to the ceiling, but it just stops, like, about a foot high. And so, you know, I'm like, my eye just slowly went up, and I just saw, like, a ball of darkness that when the light was touching it, no more light. It did not go beyond that. Dang. And then it just slowly started rising, and I'm like, alright, putting phone away, time to go back to bed.
Someone was watching you sleep, Bobby.
Yep.
Maybe it was just someone trying to check on you. Like, hey, how you doing? Are you trying to fall asleep? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you. I'll go ahead and leave you now. Y'all get some rest, okay? Sleep tight, little boy. Just pat you on the head and leaves you while you're sitting there like, what the fuck?
I'm like, people keep touching me and I don't like this. I'm uncomfortable. I'm
Well,
not scared, I'm uncomfortable.
Well, apparently, Javi, you saying to all of us, like, Kiko, my hand's on your shoulder. Apparently the spirits think, oh, so he likes touching people's shoulders. Oh, we can do that too.
They're touching my back though.
They said that they could do it too. They didn't say where they're going to touch you. But they know that you like to touch people. So, we can touch people too. I'm just saying.
I don't even know them. Strangers are coming into my home and touching me.
I mean, oh, Jesus Christ, Javi. You nearly had that car falling right on my head.
That was the plan. Keep people from touching me.
So you're going to drop a flying car on them?
Absolutely.
Solid plan. Solid fucking plan.
I mean, hey, if it works. Final thing I have to talk about. There's a lot of streaming services out there, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, you know, that goes for anime too. There's a lot of streaming services that you can do. There's fucking Netflix has some anime, Crunchyroll has most of the anime, and Funimation has anime.
Yes.
Now, I'm gonna be real with you guys. You really want to support your favorite animation studios, do not watch the anime on there. Because they really don't pay out to the studios that they're licensing anime from. They're not exactly supporting the industry as, you know, they would have to. And apparently it's gotten so bad that, you know, a bunch of studios said, hey, fuck you, we're starting a YouTube channel where we're just gonna have anime on there for free. And we're gonna run ads on that shit. Go fuck yourself.
Oh yeah, I remember reading about that.
This is also coming, you know, after Kiss Anime and Kiss Manga have both been shut down forever.
So, I have a question.
I have an answer.
Would the studios be paid, like, significantly less with their properties on all these streaming sites? Or would they even be paid at all?
They would be paid. They'd still get paid, but it'd be significantly less because, so, you know, a lot of times, Crunchyroll will make their, okay, Crunchyroll's the fucking, example, I suppose you could say.
Yeah.
They have two main methods for generating, revenue. At least from what I know. Possibly three, because I think they might sell merchandise on occasion. But two primary ones, which is they have this, their Crunchyroll Premium, which I used to be a sucker who had that for a bit. And then there was there's their ads, so they have sponsors and shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I almost got hit by my own helicopter. So those are their primary sources of revenue, and the amount that they will give to you know, the studios, it's not much. Like, a lot of the profits, you know, they use it to cover their own asses. And a lot of times they'll hire, so then they have the subtitled versions, and then they have the dubbed versions.
Yeah.
And they have their own people that will localize it, which is horrible. So that they make their own translations, essentially. Which Crunchyroll in particular, or maybe it was Funimation, has been caught with mistranslating things to kind of fit it to their Western ideals. The most egregious form of that was there was an anime where a dragon became a maid, and there's one particular dragon who happens to dress rather skimpily, and she's got some huge fucking tits. Now, throughout the entire anime, that's how she is. And then final episode, she decides to cover up. Now, in the original one, what do you call it? You know, the maid is like, oh, why'd you finally cover up? And she's like, you know, people were kind of getting annoying, and it's easier like this to stay on the right side of the law. Because that bitch had gotten, you know, not arrested, but someone was like, hey, you're wearing a fucking skimpy outfit even for the beach. Time to cover up, thought. And so, you know, the localizers were like, let's change this line to, oh, you know, patriarchal societal standards to fit the narrative that they wanted. Rather than just, you know, have the actual line. So with the studios making this YouTube channel, hopefully, at least the hope that most fans have is that, number one, you'll be able to support them directly, and number two, that, you know, the translations and localizations will be the truest form. Like, another really egregious one that, you know, I don't know if you guys ever watched Pokemon as kids. I'm sure Kiko was.
Yes.
I know Ricky was. Yeah. So, you guys know how Brock, he's a cook, right? Great cook.
Yeah.
You guys remember his jelly-filled donuts?
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I remember that whole controversy.
Yeah, well, you know, as a kid, it's like, wow, those are some strange-looking fucking jelly-filled donuts.
You
And
know
then
what? I was having this fucking conversation with David. Like, they're just sushi rolls.
Yeah, well, it's not even sushi rolls. If I remember right, they're rice balls.
Yeah, you're right. They're rice balls with sushi in them.
Yeah, and sometimes they have seaweed wrap, and I'm like, what kind of fucking, what kind of, see, me and Ricky's kids were like, what kind of jelly donut is that?
And like, where the fuck you get that at a bakery?
Honestly, I thought, like, when I was a kid, I saw them.
Can we go get that?
They look like giant powdered donuts with, like, the jelly kind of, like, almost sticking out. Like, that's what they were trying to tell us, but no.
Well, I think they also fucking, like, recolored, in the animation, like the whatever filling they had for it, I think they recolored it to more purple so it looks like jelly.
You know what I thought that was? I thought like those donut holes you get.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I don't know about the quote unquote jelly donuts. I didn't know they did that. I mean, obviously they did that with Jinx, but that's for a whole other reason.
Yeah, Jinx and Mr. Popo, they did, what do you call it? They did that to both of them.
Oh, by the way, Kiko never saw the new IHOP signs, the ones that they actually try to make it look more of like, you have like a smiley face on the signs. He's never seen those signs, and I told him, like, every time I look at one, it looks like Mr. Popo. And Kiko, weren't you like, what? No, sorry. Hang on. No, you were like, what? And I was like, yeah. Here's a picture of Mr. Popo, and then here's a picture of the IHOP sign.
They made Mr. Popo blue.
I know. So now every time I see the IHOP sign, I was like, Mr. Popo, Mr. IHOP, Popo IHOP.
Yeah, the other day I was driving on the freeway and I saw the IHOP sign, and I was like, oh dear lord, Mr. Popo.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Kiko. I ruined it.
Also, I'd like to point something out. When this podcast started, I introduced Ricky as the dude who was weeping out over there over some DPC. The entire podcast, he hasn't said shit, and he only mentioned something once the anime got mentioned. Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah, I was thinking about the haunted house thing, but I said all my ghost stories on our old graveyard shift because we had a whole podcast about that.
Dude, we had a whole fucking thing.
Because I think I've had like numerous, like multiple paranormal encounters, and I already said almost those in the graveyard shift, including my sleep paralysis, in paranormal encounter, shadow people, you name it.
Oh man,
dude!
Of course, our grandma being psychic and all that, and very spiritually like involved, it's a lot to do with that.
I feel like for the month of October, we need to bring that shit back because I feel like more of us can actually talk about our own personal experiences. I still have a few that I haven't brought up that I don't want to bring up for the sake of time, and I'm sure Kiko has more stories to tell. I don't know. I'm gonna pitch that idea to you, Javi, that we bring back the graveyard shift for the month of October. If Halloween is canceled, this is our way of celebrating Halloween.
The point of that was having it after hours, so like around 3 a.m. and above.
It was like graveyard shift was essentially supposed to be like an after stream stream. It was like our downtime. We talk, but we can also play. It was just supposed to be whatever. I mean, I'm down to bring it back. In October, yeah, sure, why not?
Just an idea.
I do have some stories I don't think I've told. I feel like I've told most of them, not just on this podcast, but that this podcast was the recent ones. But just in previous podcasts. But you know what we should do?
What's up?
Play with the Ouija board.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Like, I know I told the story when my mom played with one. And then 9 months later, I was born.
Damn.
That's the joke, by the way.
Damn.
Physically impossible, because I think my mom was 14 when she played with it. Well, not physically impossible, but I was, you know, just 18 when I was born.
Yeah, we know.
Long-term time.
I will say this before we finish up the story. I do hope that a lot of these anime studios can actually get the money they deserve, and certainly get the fans to watch their stuff on YouTube. And I hope it goes well, because I know that sucks. Like, not being able to get as much money from another streaming site kind of feels like Spotify.
I will say just one more thing on this. Ha! Now I only have to pay for one fucking subscription service. Suck it, Crunchyroll, you cunts! Because I got YouTube Red, so even when I watch my anime, I don't get no ads!
Does it work? Because you can actually watch it off of the app. Not off the app, like off of... You don't have to be on YouTube. You can actually watch it on the home screen and stuff like that, I think. Can you do that? Or no?
I don't know what you're trying to tell me, Dad.
I feel like YouTube Red was trying to promote that you can actually have your videos still playing in the background, but you don't have to be on the app. You can be like on your home screen. You can browse other apps while the video is still playing. I didn't know that was actually a thing.
Yeah, okay, so I can clarify this. So, there's actually a pop-out player for, what do you call it, YouTube? And a lot of times, even if you don't have YouTube Red, I think that pop-out can still, like, pop up in other apps. But, with YouTube Red, you can actually just completely switch to a different app. You don't even have to have, like, the video up on your screen at all, and it'll still be playing the audio in the background. Like, the video will still continue playing. Even when your phone screen is locked, that, no matter what, that will, you know, pause the video unless you have YouTube Red, in which case it will still continue playing.
See, I didn't know if it's worth it. Maybe it is now. I don't know.
Well, there's no ads on any videos. There's not even ads, like, you know, in your subscription feed anymore. No sidebar ads, nothing like that. And you can download videos for offline viewing.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm just saying, I'm not a shill for YouTube, but I have enjoyed it, and the times that I've actually, you know, my subscription has run dry, I've been like, man, I can't go back. I can't go back to the ads. There's mid-rolls so fucking... Especially in a 10-minute video. Sometimes it can be like fucking 3 or 4 mid-rolls, and I hate that. Like, I get it. YouTubers are out here trying to get that money, get that flow. But, you know, if I'm watching an ASMR video, and I'm trying to chill and relax, and then all of a sudden, excuse me, would you like a McDouble? I'm like, Brown's demon.
Or
it's
when
Ronald
you have
McDonald.
like the fucking... this is only for us in El Paso, but you'll have like the Sun City Medical Facility has the finest medical rooms in all of El Paso. It's like you'll get that fucking commercial every single time. It never fails for me. I don't know if I'm the only one who gets that shit, but I swear it always happens for me.
See, the other one is like, so I got bullied for this before. I don't remember who bullied me. I think it might have been fucking Cholo. But I like to use Google Play Music. Because I don't have to, you know, I don't have to fucking subscribe to Spotify. I don't have to subscribe to Pandora. Now, fuck all that shit. All of the songs that I want are in one place.
Yeah.
On Google Play Music, I can add things to my library. I can create playlists, unlimited listening for free. Well, not for free, but, you know, because I have YouTube Red. Since the account is the same, it's all under the fucking payment. So I'm good. Now, unfortunately, they're closing Google Play Music to shill out YouTube Music, but it's the same thing. I can still listen to all my songs, and I was able to import everything.
Oh, that's right.
You even imported my songs. Oh,
Yeah.
so sweet.
What do you think? Hey, listen, man, I'm definitely the one who's been listening to them. Just jam
Yeah.
out to them, create music videos in my head.
Hey man, I honestly, any kind of support you can give me and my band, I fucking appreciate it, dude. I really do.
Hey, man, I can support you and your band because I can't support you and Ricky's band because you guys haven't released anything.
Oh, I left the band a while ago.
God damn it.
No. Ricky, you and I did have a band.
Rose?
No, we're gonna have another band. We're gonna have
Yeah,
our
I
own
was talking
fucking
about
band.
Rose.
I know, but we're gonna have our own band.
Are you still with them?
Yeah, but I haven't been able to play with them in a while. There's a whole bunch of
When
shit.
was the
But
last practice we had? Or you guys had?
Yes.
3 weeks ago.
So, yes.
But I mean, Ricky and I, we can do a band. I mean, we were gonna do a cover of "Drinking with Jesus."
Oh, fuck.
Eventually.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna fucking do it.
Eventually.
But we're gonna do it.
Anyway, I think I'm done shilling for YouTube Red now. Like I said, I haven't been able to go back. I enjoy not having ads. YouTube, if you want a front man to shill for you on this service, I like it. Although I will say, there is nothing that can save you if a creator happens to have like a sponsored video where like, and just so you know, this video is sponsored by NordVPN. This video brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. And I'd like to thank my sponsor today, Postmates. There's nothing you can do about that. At best, you know. Usually, I'm speaking very broadly. Ad reads will last anywhere from 1.5 minutes to about 3 minutes. Although there was one where it was like a 5-minute ad read, and I'm not gonna lie, it was at the beginning of the video, but I was still very much like, okay, you know, I'm here to chill. I get it, get that bread, but I'm trying to chill. I'll agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, unless you can make the ad part of the video in a way that's fucking entertaining and humorous, then I don't think you need to have a 5-minute ad for something for the sponsor. I feel like it's a little too much.
Yeah.
Unless they're paying like a shit ton of money, like they're paying you $5,000 for that video, and you get 1,000 for every single minute. Then it's like, I get it. I fucking get it. I get it.
Might as well
Wish
make
I
the
had that
entire
kind of
video. Fucking, what do you call it? Make that 10-minute video, it's all just an ad. I mean,
Yeah.
there are some people who will do ad videos, like, you know, especially for people who run gaming channels. You know, sometimes a game will reach out like, hey, you know, play our game. The video itself is going to be an ad. You know, we'll give you some special shit for the game, and we'll pay you too. And here's a free copy of the game.
Yeah. But I mean, usually that's like, they don't want, usually, the content creator won't fabricate anything. It's like, oh my god, this game is so amazing. It's gonna be the best new game for the PlayStation 4. You need to get it right now. Usually, when done right and ethically, they'll give the copy of the game. They'll be like, okay, we want you to review it. You can be as honest as you want. That doesn't always work out in case of Angry Joe. But most of the time it does usually work out in a way that they can be as completely honest as they want. They can talk about all the good things, all the nitpicks. And if it's like version 1.2, it's not the final version, then you just talk about what needs to be fixed, what needs to be changed, what needs to be added, what needs to be getting rid of.
Well,
Val,
so
when are we ever going to get Half-Life 3? Huh?
never.
Never.
I was gonna say, you know, that's more of like reviewers, because reviewers are different. but what do you call it? The type that I'm talking about. So I know Let's Play for sure has done ad videos.
Oh yeah.
Like sometimes they're sponsored by Jackbox. Those are usually fun. But other times it's like some more obscure games, and they very much do play it up, because at the end of the day, they have to make an entertaining video. It's not always entertaining, but I feel like that might be just because I've over-consumed them at this point.
Probably. A little bit.
Oh, fucking Jasmine, I know what you're talking about. Lily's Garden.
What's that?
Okay, so Jasmine said that, to be honest, best ad for a mobile game was when the chick pulls out a pregnancy test, shows her BF, he leaves her, and she's crying on her porch, and it zooms in on garden party word matching game. So Lily's Garden is the best example of the best advertising I've ever seen, because it's got a lore just in the advertising. The game itself is just, matching colors. But, okay, so Lily is, this bitch who has a garden.
This bitch.
And, she's got her boyfriend or husband, whatever. Let's call him Chad Thundercock. Because he just kind of he looks like the fucking Chad meme. He's got the blonde hair and everything. Now, Chad Thundercock is cheating on Lily with Lily's mom. Ugh. Yeah, it's fucking weird. And Lily faked the pregnancy to get rid of the guy, but still gets mad because on occasion the guy is just fucking the mom on the side. And now, while this love triangle is going on, Lily also has her, attention being pulled in another direction by this other dude. This Chad, Brad. There we go, Brad. Brad Thundercock, sure, why not? That she's trying to fuck. But, on a New Year's Eve, when she's like, yeah, Brad's been giving me the eyes all night, I'm getting that New Year's Eve midnight kiss. Nah, Brad's got someone else. And she's like, fuck. Alright, well, there's always Chad. Oh, no, he's making out with my mom. Damn. Sad Lily. I'd also like to point out, I'm giving vocal lines here. None of these ads have had any words in them. It's all been just, slight noises like or but no words have ever been spoken. And then some of them are very innuendo. So like there's one ad where, it's just Lily putting some laundry in the washer or the dryer, I don't know. And she's obviously overstuffing it. And so she has to sit on it before it turns on, and then it turns on and she's like, oh, the vibration. And there's a follow-up ad where it's like, oh, ladies' night. And it's Lily and like two other bitches that go to a laundromat. Mm-hmm. They all just put in quarters into the machines and they sit on top of them and have some wine. And it's like, we all know what's going on here, but they're not showing. But we know what's going on here. We get this. Like, I feel like the game itself is just to fuel more of these ads. Like, this is just a really passionate animator who, is like, I'll just make Candy Crush, but Lily's reskin it.
Okay, then.
So, yeah, look, you ever want a good time, look up the Lily's Gardens ads. It's just...
Okay, I've never seen these, so, Jasmine, if you can forward me some of these videos, I need to watch them.
Yo, dude, when Jasmine mentioned it, I was like, oh my god, someone else knows.
Someone else knows the terror.
Like both PewDiePie and Cinnamon Toast Ken have made videos reacting to the fucking ads,
Oh,
and
that's
it's
beautiful.
just these ads are like the best thing ever. You know what? I need to go watch some more.
And just like that, Javi's news feed on Facebook is just nothing but pure ads.
I'm just gonna start sharing the fucking Lily's Garden ads. Hey, to the developer of Lily's Garden, reach out. You know, I'll do a sponsor video to you. I will shill for your game. I will shill for the game, but I need the entirety of the story of Lily's Garden in written form, because I can only keep track of so much. I need for sure answers on who is who and who is fucking who, and why everyone is fucking the mob.
What if we have the developer be on the show, and we just have like an interview?
You know what? Come on the show, defend yourself, and tell us why you're making such a fantastic fucking game.
Tell us why you did it. And what's next?
Yeah, tell us about the sequel to Lily's Garden. Tell us when the full-length movie is coming out.
Lily's greenhouse.
And then when are we getting the crossover? Lily versus King Kong.
Oh god.
And then the inevitable porn parody of Lily versus King Schlong.
Sure.
The material writes itself. Daniel, I'm gonna try to fucking get out of here.
Okay. You just gotta fly out. There you go.
Anyways, I'm out of topic, so unless you guys have any last things.
No. I just need Jasmine to show me these videos, and then I will tell you my reaction to it. And I'll also
Kiko?
tell you that I'll probably need another bottle after watching these fucking videos. By the sound of
Oh god. Lily's Bushy Garden, Pornhub, live action.
Yeah,
I'd
no,
watch it.
One of the topics that I wanted to bring up was Kiss Anime and the other.
Kids manga being shut down.
Yeah, but you beat me to it, so I was like, you can put I'll put it to the side.
I mean, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Those two, okay, so not Kiss manga, but Kiss anime especially. That defined me as a child, because I would be on there all the time watching all the fucking anime. Did it brick my laptop? Absolutely. Like, that place famous for viruses. Just you could not go on there without everything.
So it was like the LimeWire, but for anime.
Yeah, except you're not even downloading anything. You're just watching it. Like, it was a streaming service, but free.
Oh yeah, just get in there, fuck your computer over.
But for manga, I used to go on Manga Box. Anyways, rest in peace, Kiss Anime. You got taken over by the Russians, and then, you know, you're somehow the viruses got worse. I don't know how you did it, but you did. So, I guess that's an achievement, somewhat. But, you'll be remembered fondly. At least to me, you will. Buenas noches.